All right, we gonna start it off. The stream, the first video of the stream. We gonna rank every single NBA team's season. You feel me? And I'm including the off season. So we talking about the season, we talking about the off season, we talking about free agency, the trades, the signings. You feel me? The entire season on all them criteria. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit so it's not alphabetic. Are you ready? Yeah, here we go. First and foremost, we gonna go with the New York Knicks. We talk about their season, talk about how they overachieved in the regular season. You feel me? Went far in the playoffs. They were a good team prior to the season, but they just took off on a whole nother level. They got the 2 seed over the Bucks, who we gonna talk about them later. Yikers. You saying A? I'm gonna go S, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna go S, bro. I understand they didn't win a championship, but at the end of the day, they weren't even supposed to have the season they had. Not only did they know they went as far as they did without Randall even being in it. As much as we clown on Randall, Randall is great for taking tough shots and being physical. You feel me? With the Randall, they probably would have beat the Sixers worse instead of beating them with 7 games, right? They would probably beat them worse. And with all the injuries they suffered in the playoffs and before the playoffs, NYC, hey, it's all Brooklyn over here, buddy. It's straight Brooklyn. Tee up. But I know what going on the other side of the bridge. You feel me? And considering they retained OG Anunoby, giving that big bag, they got Mikal Bridges, who takes a lot of ball handling pressure off of that man Jalen Brunson. You got a lot of options. You feel me? Retained the core, got rid of some big contracts. I would say S, bruh. I would actually say S. Let's go to the Houston Rockets. I would go B. The reason I'm going B is because they had that run at the beginning of the season and in the middle of the season where they was looking, you feel me, good, like a good team. C, I can see C, I can see C. But the reason I'm saying B is just because, again, it's a similar situation with the Knicks, but just with losing. But you know what you have, I feel like. Got a lot of good young talent. They did a lot of experimentation. Ran Sengun as the #1 finally, and it paid off. You see what happened. You seen the freaking, they got some good vets in Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks. You feel me? Every time I was watching the game, they was spamming the Van Vliet Sengun pick and roll, and it was a very elite play every time. Every time Van Vliet, Sengun hit that pick and roll, you knew something good was probably gonna happen. I was saying. And Jalen Green, you know, he had struggles. You know, he showcased that he's not as good of a player as Cam Thomas, but he had an amazing run later in the season. He averaged like 28 and 4 and 4 or whatever. He averaged whatever he averaged, but he was a very great player in that stretch towards the end of the season. You know, the Jalen Green end of the season stretch. And I think he has what it takes to do that for a full season, or at least do like 80% of that for a full season. You feel me? They were winning games, you know? So I think Sengun and Green are the future as long as they continue to get chemistry with each other. You got some great young players in Tyree Easton, Jabari Smith Jr., defensive presence right there, even though he was known for a shot. So once that shot really come around, you feel me? And his rebounding, very impressive. Cam Whitmore, he's tough. Reed Shepherd is tough, boy. That Reed Shepherd pick was, that was the pick, because that boy Reed Shepherd is tough, boy. They call him Cocaine Curry. That boy tough, bruh. Ahmed Thompson, who I thought he was going to be the point guard like right now. I thought Van Vliet was going off the bench, but just even having Ahmed Thompson just as a piece, yeah, that was tough. Anyway, that's why I'll go B tier. I could see C tier, but I just feel like, yes, they didn't win that many games. They didn't get the play-in, but they got Reed Shepherd. So you feel me? So like, make the play-in and lose in the play-in, or get Reed Shepherd. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Now Miami, I would say D. The only reason I'm not saying F, yeah, D, is because of injuries, and they got severely hoed by injuries. But yeah, they weren't that good in the regular season again. But no, this time they were actually like just not good at all in the regular season. Like, again, they did suffer with Jilly Brother has injuries. You know, Bam, I think he missed a couple games. Tyler Hero missed some games. They got Terry Rozier I even made a video about Terry Rozier because I thought, okay, boom, now they got Terry Rozier, that can address some of their issues, and it ended up not really addressing their issues because Terry was scary and not in the good way. You feel me? So they got to make some adjustments. They can't just keep running the same thing back, because the team that they're running back was only good enough to make the finals anyway. So you feel me? I like Khalil Ware, who they got in the draft. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is tough. He's like a Hispanic Jimmy Butler basically. But yeah, they gotta do something, bro. Wizards F. Terrible. High F, low D. Why low D? I'm actually very curious why you would say low D, considering the fact that they were 1 game better than the Pistons, who had the worst losing streak of all time, or I think, yeah, the worst losing streak of all time within one season, and this in like one game off from the worst in multiple because of Sar. And Sar, that man was worse than Bronny in the summer league. Let me offensively. No, obviously it's the summer league. I'm trolling. The summer league don't really matter like that. We gonna see. I like Sar though. I like Sar. He's very great defensively. He's a great piece right now, and you know, there's no telling what he's gonna become. I don't think Sar is enough to take them from F to D. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you know, he was a good pick. So that really takes them from like having a tier of their own, W tier for how bad they are, to like just F. All right, Chicago Bulls, F. Not only because of the Caruso Giddey trade and the DeRozan sign and trade, but because they were actually trying to be good. They were actually trying to be good. And also how they freaking, it took them how many years to let Kobe White be Kobe White? You feel me? Levine is Levine. They should have been traded him. Yeah, F. I don't think there's too much. I already made a whole video about this. I don't want to even go to that, but you tell if you want to see that video. I feel like I got on the channel. I'm about to put a card or something like that. But yeah, F. Cleveland. I'm thinking high C, low B. C for Cleveland. They didn't get as far as they should have in the playoffs. I feel like they only got to the second round, 7 games with the Magic. Magic were really good, but like 7 games with the Magic. That offense was looking terrible, and they just fired JB Bickerstaff. I don't know how I feel about it, because I don't think JB Bickerstaff was a very good coach, but I just feel like continuity is so important. I feel like continuity is so important. And Darius Garland had kind of a disappointed season. I think Evan Mobley actually progressed. He started shooting that 3 a little bit. He got shot a good percentage, even though he didn't shoot that many 3s, but the 3 shot is steadily improving. You can see he's doing mid-range shots. I seen Jared Allen got a mid-range now. Jared Allen's so good, bro. Jared Allen's so good. I wish he was on my team. But Jared Allen's so good. Jared Allen's a great player, bro. And then Donovan Mitchell, obviously Donovan Mitchell, played at pretty much an MVP level. I remember that stretch he was going ballistics, right in that top shooting guard of the league conversation. You have what? Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, and Donovan Mitchell. I know people are gonna be like, okay, Anthony Edwards is two-way, but like Donovan Mitchell, bro, Donovan Mitchell's so tough, bro. He showed that in the playoffs. Again, carrying them on his back like Superman. But I think they have some good young pieces aside from the core 4. You have like Craig Porter Jr. You have, who else? They had somebody else other than Craig Porter Jr., but I really like Craig Porter Jr. Also, they retained Donovan Mitchell, which was huge. Retaining Donovan Mitchell is huge. They gave Mobley that bag. I still think they have a good amount of potential for next season. You know, maybe they needed a new coach, smooth things over. You feel me? Figure it out. I also like the fact that they didn't just give up on Mobley, Allen, Garland, D-Mitch right now. You feel me? Sometimes it just takes some time. Sometimes it takes some time. I say C, but not mad at it. I might revisit it. Dallas Mavericks. S tier. They wasn't even supposed to be where they're at. High S, low A. What? Huh? I think you got that mixed up. But I'm putting them S, bro. Yeah, they didn't win the finals, but the fact that they made such a turnaround, the coaching of the team, the construction of the team, finally you put some people around Luka, really copy his game, get the shooters, get the defensive wings, lob threats who can also play defense. Derek Lively is a draft pick, amazing. Played in the season, amazing. Daniel Gafford, great. The bare minimum, yeah. Bare minimum low is A. Like, I'm gonna say S, because the Celtics showed their flaws somewhat that need to be addressed. The only thing that's kind of low is that they did lose DJJ, but then they replaced him with Najee Marshall and Quentin Grimes, and got rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. Now they got rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. The conversation's over. They got rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. and Josh Green. They got Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes, S, and Clay. I almost forgot about Clay. Oh yeah, S tier. Nah, I don't even gotta say too much. Going forward, they're literally a contender. They went from like second round, maybe probably like a first round, question mark, to like contender. Yeah. ATL. F. Gave up DeJounte Murray for 4 picks. Got a second round pick for him. Got a second round pick for and Dyson Daniels. I actually like Dyson Daniels. I feel like he could be nice. C, you're smoking crack. I'm not gonna lie. Let me stop with you. But yeah, nah. That's an F. That is an F. They got Risa Shea. They probably should have got Sar. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, Risa Shea could be nice. I don't even know about Risa Shea, to be honest. He could be nice. I'm putting them and boys in F. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. They're gonna have to show me, but it just looks like they're gonna remain mid. We gonna revisit it. Actually, no. F is for like the worst of the worst. At least they're committed to a direction. They committed to a direction. I gotta respect that. Worse than the Miami Heat, they're the same level, bro. I'll probably say the Miami Heat better. Warriors. I'm teetering between F and D because of the whole Clay situation. Clay got 0 for 10. over 11 in the game seven in a play-in game. So I'm like DF because they failed Curry, so that's an F. But what did they do? They didn't do anything. They actually didn't do anything. I might just go F. F for word. Yeah, nah, F. I'm not gonna lie. F. Not just because of how they went out. They didn't do jack in the offseason on a similar level as the Hawks, except they're still paying Draymond, bro. And Kuminga and Moody are kind of just there. They have pods. I like pods. I like Jackson Davis. They're in a position to do the exact same thing next season. I don't think their players are going to improve enough to the point where I think it'll probably take a couple years for them to improve enough to the point where they can actually become a contender with Curry. Curry's what, 34, 35? Come on, man. Clippers. I'll actually put the Clippers above the Warriors. I'll probably put them in D. I'll put them in D because they did not pay Paul George that money. They said bye-bye to Russ. They did not pay Paul George that money. Now, obviously, they're supposed to be a contender. No, not so much. Look, to be honest, a lot of people were criticizing Paul George for what he said. Maybe I should have made a video about this. I think the situation that he presented makes sense. Like, I don't think there's a reason for him to lie. I don't think he's lying. I think everything he said makes sense. The organization did what they were supposed to do. They said, all right, we don't value the same as we value Kawhi. Now, the only thing where I say they hold him a little bit was the deal that they initially gave him was kind of nasty. I think it was like 20 million or something like that. I was like, whoa, 20 million? Whoa, dude. Or it wasn't a good deal. But then they gave him another deal with like, okay, boom, this is the deal. Or no, I think they said they wanted to trade him because Paul George wanted what Kawhi had. They were like, nah, we gonna trade you, gang. Or no. What am I saying? They had the negotiations, right? According to him, they had negotiations and they were like, oh, we want you to be a Clipper for life. They've been said that. That's what they were saying while they were trying to give him the deal, right? And so he was like, all right, bet. Give me what Kawhi got. You feel me? Since we're even valuable of a team. And to be honest, I think, okay, he's not as valuable as Kawhi, but like also obviously with the health reasons and availability, I think they're about even in value-ish. Paul George slightly lower, but it's like, you feel me? Even with that, he was like, okay, boom, let me take this amount of money, slightly less money with the no trade clause, because Yo said, I want you to be a Clipper for life, right? So, or Clipper for the rest of your career. So give me a no trade clause. I think that makes sense. And I think it also makes sense for the organization to be like, nah, we're not going to be paying a 37, 38-year-old or whatever, 36, I forgot. I think 38-year-old Paul George, $60 million. Nah, we're good on that. Makes sense, logical on both sides. So Paul George was like, all right, bet, y'all not gonna give me the no trade clause. Y'all also not gonna give me the money that I can get from another team. So just trade me to another team, right? So I think that's logical. I think it makes sense for everybody involved. So I'm not even penalizing them off that. I'm penalizing them off them being the Clippers. All right, boom. Indiana Pacers, A tier. They definitely overachieved in the playoffs, but again, you play who's in front of you, regardless of the injuries. You play who's in front of you. And the Pacers, even in the regular season, they proved like one of the best offenses. Obviously, statistically, when you look at the scoring number, they're like one of the probably like top 3 offense at all time. But like, obviously, that's not necessarily true. But they proved that they have a half-court offense that's functional. Pascal Siakam was going ballistic in the playoffs. That boy was going crazy. You feel me? I think he ended up averaging like 18. That boy, first 2 games dropped 36. I said, oh, hold on, wait a minute, they might be cooking something. You feel me? And they retained the core players. They retained Obi Toppin, giving that back as they should. Obi Toppin is nice. You feel me? New York Knicks former player, great player for the Knicks. Miles Turner and Jarris Walker, nice young player. He don't even get PT. That's how you know. You feel me? Tyrese Halliburton, obviously he's Tyrese Halliburton. Even with him being injured in the playoffs, still went far. Andrew Nembhard, tough. They made the conference finals. I think they did exactly what you feel me? They exceeded expectations and they're on pace to even do more. On pace, haha, get it? On pace. But yeah, A tier. Magic, Orlando Magic, I would say B tier. I think they were pretty good, very good, like high B tier. I don't think they're on the level of the Pacers where it's just like, you have so many players that's like, the Pacers are like the deepest team in the league, bro. It's actually nuts. they're so deep. And the Magic, they still have some question marks in terms of like, okay, can we have offense? like we got all these locked down defender. We gonna lock your ass up in the cell. Can we shoot? can we shoot? Like Paolo needs space, bro. If we gonna have Paolo be the mix of LeBron and Carmelo Anthony, he needs space. Because right now it's just the Carmelo because he has no space. You gotta shoot all those tough shots because he has no space. Franz Wagner, he's tough, but it's like, Franz, you feel me? Like he shoot because we gonna need you to. We can't have both of y'all be nice, tall wing playmakers who can defend, but not shoot consistently because Paolo's shot's improving, but it's like you need a shot creator, 3-point shot creator outside of that, man. But in the point guard situation, you feel me? They got Jalen Suggs, they got Cole Anthony, they got Markel. You know what? Yeah, B. I'm taking it from A to B because my nigga Markel did not get a re-sign. Shout out my nigga Markel, bro. Brooklyn. Hey. I'm not done. All right, Brooklyn. I'm gonna go before the off season. I would have gone F. Now after the off season, I go lie. C, because we getting Cooper Flag. Every time I like that, I'm like, yeah, boy. Yeah, we getting Cooper Flag. We got Ben Simmons and Killian Hayes, tank commanders. Boy, we about to lose a million games. Cam Thomas about to average 27.9, 4 assists. No. 5.7 assists and 4 rebounds on 47-37 from the field. You feel me? 80%, 80.82% from the line. No. Like 4 game winners, maybe 5. Yeah, and we go get Cooper Flag. Yeah. Shout out Jalen Wilson, he's nice. Shout out Dayron Sharp, he's nice. Shout out Claxton, got the 100 milli, as he should. Yeah, the Cam Chise starts now. Cam and Cooper, Cooper and Cam. It sounds good already. Maybe we get Ace Bailey, but I like Cooper and Cam. I like that. Milwaukee. What did they even do in the? They didn't do anything in the offseason. F. They didn't do anything. Milwaukee, get up! Stand up. I'm not paying attention to your messages. If you keep typing like that, I'll time you out. Talk about the Nets or D. We have picks, and we're tanking, and we have Cam Thomas, and we're gonna get Cooper. So that's a C. Anyway, and we gonna have money after we get rid of Ben Simmons' contract. Good morning, Milwaukee. Y'all was supposed to be like this. Y'all was supposed to freaking obey. Y'all was supposed to freaking meet my predictions, and Giannis and Dame against the Celtics, the conference finals. Y'all would have beat the Celtics in the conference finals. It would have been the Bucks and the Nuggets in the conference finals, and the Bucks would have. But no, bad season, they'll bounce back. Definitely a bad season. But also, everyone on the team is getting older. The team just keeps getting older. Who did they even sign? Who did they draft? I don't know. So I'm putting an F because Marjon Beauchamp, he's not even looking like that guy. AJ Green is tough, but I don't know. And I forgot. They hired Darvin Ham. They fired Adrian Griffin after freaking being like the 2 seed. I was like, okay, I guess his defense wasn't good enough or whatever. His transition defense was terrible, that's something that will affect you in the playoffs. So, okay, fair enough. They hired Doc Rivers. What happens with Doc Rivers happens with Doc Rivers. But he also got held by injuries. He did get held by injuries, but again, Doc Rivers. They then at the end of the season say, all right, F the continuity factor. Doc Rivers is bad enough, we gotta fire him. They fired Doc Rivers. They hired Darvin Ham. Charlotte Hornets. I feel bad putting them in F because at least they're held by injuries, man. They're held by injuries. They got Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller was hooping. Oh wait, they have Miles Bridges. They signed Miles Bridges to an extension, yeah. Los Angeles Lakers. F. Tried the same thing again. It didn't work again. Y'all gonna have an F season for the next like 4 years. The only reason I might put you up in D is if Bronny ends up playing and throwing a lob to Bron. And then that would be probably B tier because at least you got Bronny and Bron for the next like 2 years until LeBron retires. But other than that, actually, yeah, D, because signing with Bronny and Bron signing together is funny. And you also had Connect 4. That's kind of funny. And y'all trying to trade D'Angelo Russell. Again, it's kind of funny. Toronto. I think Toronto was like the definition of C tier, bruh. Mid team. Mid as hell, couldn't make the playoffs. They're trying to improve, trying to come better. They got some players to get better. Emmanuel quickly, you feel me? Nice like that. RJ, he's cool. Scotty Barnes had a nice leap, you feel me? They traded Pascal. They're making progress. I don't know who they got in the draft. What was supposed to happen with the Raptors happened, I think. Now, I might not be familiar. They better Nets. See, but they're trying to win. We're not. they were trying to win. Oh, we were trying to win, actually. We got more picks, so yeah, I think this is actually very logical. OKC. Got rid of Josh Giddey. You feel me? They got SGA. You know he don't play. They got J-Dub. Welcome to the club. They got Big Chet. Get his feet wet in the playoffs. S tier, easily. Do I even have to explain? I don't even think I gotta explain. We can move on. Philly, Jersey, LA. You look so much better when you smile. Philly. I'm gonna put them in B, whatever you say, bro. B, because Maxey broke out. Feel me? They added some cool additions to the team. They added Paul George in the offseason. Obviously, you had your disappointments in the regular season again with the injuries, which put you on C. But it's yeah, they made some improvements. They're looking good. I say they're in C. B, they're probably gonna lose in the second round again. Now, if they don't, that's good for the NBA. But if they do, it's very funny. Portland Trail Blazers. I'll put them in D because they got hoed by injuries and they were supposed to be bad. They traded Malcolm Brogdon away. Did what they were supposed to do. Now they also employed DeAndre Ayton. So that's kind of, feel me, but at least DeAndre had a DeAndre season, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently he was like one of the best, he was one of the best in some like mid-range or like post category. I forgot what it was, but again, it's DeAndre Ayton. So until we see more from Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp. I like Anthony Simons, but his time is over, bro. Because Kings, high D, low C. I'll put them in D tier, honestly. Nah, I'll put them in C tier. I'll put them in C tier because they have more direction than all the. Wait, they got DeMar DeRozan. Oh yeah, C tier, yeah, C tier. Because again, the regular season, they were bad. Not that bad. They didn't do anything. They stayed stagnant. They didn't make any adjustments. Yeah, they got passed by. So now what do? All right, you just straight up upgrade and get into DeMar DeRozan. Now you also got with the worst player in the NBA, Jalen McDaniels. Not Jaden McDaniels, Jalen McDaniels. I'm gonna put y'all in C tier. Wolves, yeah, I think that's S tier. Conference finals appearance and superstar rise. And also superstar Glit. Okay, let me stop. But Rudy showing you his value. I know they wanted to roast him for getting cooked by Luka and getting cooked by Jokic, who are top 3 players in the league. But yeah, if y'all was watching, y'all seen his defense. And he had that fadeaway. I'm gonna put him in S tier. Cat, Fred, as frustrating as he is sometimes, Cat showed that he can be a plus player in the playoffs. He can be. All right, Boston S. I'm not talking about Boston. Detroit basketball, the worst team in the history of the NBA, optically. Bottom 5, I don't know what the bottom teams are. Pistons tier, money long at 6 mile, brick mile, hit him in a minute, 6 mile, 6 mile. Yeah, 2-pack of ass. San Antonio, A tier. They got Wemby, Stephon Castle, Christopher Emmanuel Paul. They experimented with putting people at point guard that shouldn't have been at point guard, but increasing the playmaking skills so they can all learn to pass to Wemby. That's because of Wemby. You know what? San Antonio Spurs. You feel me? What else? You know? Spurs tier. Spurs tier. Spurs tier. Spurs tier. Type shit. Spurs tier. Type shit. Spurs tier. Type shit. The Spurs tier. Good morning. Yeah. 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 All right. Grizzlies. The Grizzlies. I'll put them in D tier. Again, they got hoed. They got hoed by injuries so much. It was actually absurd. It was actually unfortunate and it was tragic. I'll put them in F tier, but you know, we got some jaw highlights. We got jaw sideways, kind of almost sort of dunk adjacent to Wemby. That was basically it. And they got rid of the 5'9" player. Now, unfortunately, he's on my team, but Phoenix Suns. F. Not only did they sign Bradley Beal, they ruined their team monetarily wise for the next several seasons. They didn't learn the lesson. You can't build around 3 all-star players and all on like supermax contracts and minimums around them. Like you just can't do it. A bunch of minimums in like one mid-level exception, in like the mid-level exception isn't even good. KD, D-Book, Beal, Royce O'Neal, Yusuf Nurkic, Jock Landale. The fact that Yusuf Nurkic, Jock Landale is your center rotation, and like Nurkic ain't even bad, but it's like, you feel me? You feel me? Yeah. Jazz, I'll put them in C. I want to put them in D because the Jazz they're just vibing. They're kind of just vibing. They were good in the beginning of the season, but you know some teams are good at the beginning of the season. But again, they were also part of the reason why they fell off was because like they intentionally stopped playing players. Like they sat players. So I'll put them in C tier because they kind of were doing what they were supposed to do. Though they didn't make that much progress in terms of trades and stuff like that. They got picks, I believe, and cash or whatever. I like that boy Lowry. I like the fact that they didn't just give up Lowry for nothing. I like Keontae George. New Orleans Pelicans. I also put them in C. High C, low B. I think they're like the C plus tier team. Again, it was literally just a question of Zion being healthy. And again, we literally saw in the play-in that Zion's style translates to the playoffs. I think no one ever questions whether or not Zion's style translates to the playoffs because it's Zion. But then like, he got injured in the literal play-in, most tragic way possible, and then they went out sad. You know what? No, high C because they didn't pay Brandon Ingram. You know what? I'll put them in B because they didn't pay Brandon Ingram. B tier for not paying Brandon Ingram because he and Mikal Bridges are basically the same player. And then we got the Denver Nuggets. I low-key want to put them in C tier. I'm not gonna lie. Not only because of how sad they went out in the playoffs, but because they didn't do much in the offseason other than lose KCP. So they just keep losing key players. Lost KCP, lost Bruce Brown. Jeff Green obviously is on the team anymore, but I feel like they lost somebody else. I can't forget. They got Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook doesn't really add anything to the team. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what is Westbrook gonna do for them that he didn't do for the Clippers? He was given free reign to do whatever. Let me not say that, because he didn't shoot as much. They let him play on the Clippers. They let him play. And look how you saw what happened in the playoffs. That boy had a donut. But a donut fouled out. Wait, did he have a donut? He had like 2 points, whatever. But Russ doesn't do anything with the team. The front office didn't really do much. So that's why I put them at C tier. That is the NBA team season plus off season DLC tier list for 2024-2025. Stay alive. Appreciate you for tuning in. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know if I'm tweaking. Let me know if any adjustments need to be made. And God bless you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.